So welcome back to my channel. We're on episode 2 of the development and healing series. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about overcoming jealousy and low self-esteem. Okay, so this is going to be a tough one. This is going to require us to dig inside of ourselves and to be honest. Because if we're honest, throughout our life, we have all experienced feeling like we're not enough. We've experienced jealousy, whether we want to admit it or not, or just not being, feeling adequate or worthy of love or worthy of being around certain people. So let's be honest, keep it real with yourself. You don't have to tell me, just think about it, meditate on it, and let's get into it. Okay, so today's scripture that we're going to be focusing on is a sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy the rottenness of the bones. And that's Proverbs 14:30 KJV version. Okay, so basically this scripture is self-explanatory. It's saying the sound heart is what gives life to the flesh. It gives you peace, and envy is rottenness of the bones. So basically when you're being envious and you have hatred and jealousy in your heart and things like that, it's not really hurting the other person who you're talking down on and who you're envious of. Is hurting yourself and it's rotting you from the inside out. And I thought that was powerful, as I do any other scripture, because we always think what we say and do is hurting other people or affecting them, and it could be, but ultimately it's hurting and affecting yourself. So we want to take a deep look at just some tips to help you overcome those feelings so that you can heal and that you can, love on other people and be a light to other people and not let, what they're doing, how they look, what they're accomplishing or whatever affect how you feel about yourself. So the first tip is find people that inspire you or you feel are beautiful. So I like to do that too. I've said many times on this channel, I love Aaliyah. I love Lisa Bonet. I love Regan Gomez. I think that's how you say her name. She plays Zaria on Parenthood. I just like people that I feel are different and that stand out and kind of like, pave the way for other people. They had their own style. They had their own way that they carried themselves. They basically weren't following the norms of the world. They were creating, the trends. And I really admire those people. And instead of envying them, I look at them and I say, okay, what is it about them that makes them different? And it forces me to take a look at myself and to look at, okay, what makes me different? What makes me stand out? Let me own that, So just finding people that inspire you to own your own gifts in your own lane. You know what I mean? And again, if you see people, we see a lot of beautiful people on social media, and maybe that may make you feel insecure or like you need to change your body, like you need to change your face. And again, this is not a video talking about surgery. I'm just saying, like, find people that that you find are attractive and look at them and say, okay, what can I learn from them? What can I learn from them? You may look at somebody and you may be, a little envious maybe of the clothes they have on. And instead of being envious of that, why don't you just start taking notes of, of their fashion, not being a copycat, but just drawing inspiration and, going shopping. Don't be afraid to go to thrift stores. Don't let your pride and don't let social media make you spend money you don't have. You can still look good for a low price. There's people that have a lot of money and maybe they buy clothes and it's not really your style. So don't let the amount of money make you feel like you can't achieve a certain look, because you can achieve a look with $2, so just look at what can you learn. Do you like instead of hating on somebody, you might see the way they do their makeup and you really like that. Why don't you learn? See if they have a YouTube channel, see if you can learn tips from them and just things to improve yourself. Okay, so that's the first tip. The second tip is to pray for them. Now, I heard this from Heather Lindsay, and I thought it was really powerful. And she was talking about how growing up, she had a friend who she was jealous of, and God kept pressing on her heart pray for that friend. Now, you know, actually, it wasn't her friend at the time. I guess they're friends now. I don't know. Either they were friends or they weren't. But basically, she was just feeling a way towards a girl that attended her church. And God kept pressing on her heart to pray for that person. And, you know, when you feeling some type of way towards somebody, you don't want to pray for them. But she did it anyway. She pushed through that. And what that does is it forces you to naturally want better for that person. Just imagine, just think of somebody at the top of your head right now. And it doesn't even have to be somebody that you're jealous or envious of. Just think of somebody like you just literally can't stand and you have a good reason not to really care for them, you know, and you trying to work on forgiveness and things like that. What if you really did take the time every day, just say you took 2 to 3 minutes out of your day to actually pray for that person? There's something that's going to start to happen. There's something that's going to start to happen within your heart. Your heart will begin to soften because that's just the laws that are in place in this world. You know, you keep speaking it and you keep putting it out there and you keep putting life into that thing. It's going to happen. It's going to come to pass. So if you just keep speaking positivity and speaking good things over this person, your heart has no choice but to soften toward that person. Your thoughts are renewed. Your thoughts, your mind begins to transform toward that person, whether you originally wanted it to or not. So I would just ask you to begin to pray for that person. When you start feeling that bitterness or jealousy or anger in your heart toward that person, first pray for yourself. Ask God, please remove these feelings from me. I don't want to feel this way, and just start speaking blessings over that person, okay? And you will find healing, and that will help to kind of start removing those bitter and jealous feelings. So the third thing is to kind of links to number 2, but I pray about what's bothering you and tap into who you are. So what that means is when you finally come to a place where you actually truly, genuinely love yourself and love everything about yourself and you accept all your flaws, once you become so focused on you and you know whose you are and who you are, that alone makes you feel special. And you don't have time to be jealous and to be looking at other people and trying to worry about what they do, because you're so focused on who you are, you know what your calling is, and you know whose you belong to. And that's something I remind myself each and every day. I don't know what other people's personal beliefs is, but I do believe that Jesus Christ died for my sin. I do believe that I'm a co-heir with Christ, that I have access to the kingdom, and that the kingdom is inside of me, and that I am powerful. And I do have the power to overcome sins and to reach my calling in life. Like, I believe I am a powerful being. And when you believe that about yourself, and it's not easy, it's daily, you have to remind yourself and you have to walk in that calling. You just can't pray and just sit there. No, you have to walk and you have to move when God is telling you to move. And so when you're doing that, it's just think about it. Let me give you another example. Just think of like the most powerful person in the world, and that most powerful person in the world happens to be your dad or happens to be your mother. There's a sense of, you have a sense of pride in that. You have a sense of pride in your lineage because you know who you belong to, you know who your parents are. And that comes with certain type of aura. You start to have this certain type of aura about yourself, and you carry yourself a certain way, and you're not looking to others because you feel that what you have is enough, and you feel that you already belong to a powerful family. So you're not looking, for power outside of that. So that's kind of like the same analogy. That's how I feel when it comes to God. I feel like I am God's child, and I feel like he has shown me favor, and he has blessed me so much that I would do myself a disservice to compare myself to somebody else. And he has favor and blessings for others that are meant only for them, and he has those things that are meant only for me and for you as well. There's certain things that only you can tap into the world. Can't anybody else tap into that. Not a celebrity, not somebody you look at on Instagram, nothing. There's specific things that only you can do that we need. So if you start to look at yourself that way, it'll really start to take away that feeling of wanting to compare yourself, because there's really no comparison. So number 4, I put to transform your mind. So that means listening to podcasts. I really enjoy listening to Trent Shelton. I mentioned that on my channel before. Who else? I listen to DeVal and his wife, Kadeem. Who else do I listen to? I listen to a couple people. I'm kind of drawing a blank right now, but I listen to a lot of people. On YouTube, I always mention Tony Gaskins on this channel. I do listen to Heather Lindsay. It's just motivating you to win. I love her channel. Who else? I'm trying to think of people, to give you guys just some people you can go look up real quick and, listen to who works for you. But those are just a couple people I listen to. I also like Daphne on here. Daphne Madjara. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I like her too. And I just do that. I just all day pick a day or two out the week where you like, okay, I'm not watching TV at all. I just want to listen to things that feed my mind. And if you start doing that, pay attention to how you feel in those days when you're just feeding your mind with just podcasts and books and motivational videos versus how you feel when you watching TV all day, you listen to music all day. And I'm not telling you guys don't listen to music and don't watch TV. What I'm saying is to not, instead of binge watching all the time, take the time to feed your soul and to feed your spirit. Because a lot of times these TV shows aren't doing that. They're just strictly for entertainment. And sometimes that entertainment can drain you as well and you don't even notice it. So pick 2 days out the week where you just strictly, you listening to podcasts or motivational videos. I have my Bluetooth earphones so I can set my phone down. I'm not carrying my phone around everywhere around the house, and I'm listening to it. I'm listening to it while I'm doing dishes. I'm listening to it while I'm cleaning, while I'm getting ready in the morning, while I'm working, while I'm painting. Listen to that during your hobbies. I think when you listen to podcasts or, YouTube or faith, I always listen to somebody faith-based videos, and you working on your hobbies, that is the most fulfilling feeling ever. Like, I can't even explain it. It's literally like a drug, and I feel so good and I feel so full. And I promise you, I'm not worried about anything else in the world. I'm not worried about other people. I don't have time to be jealous, to be hating. Like, I just feel so full in my hobbies while my mind is being fed. Because even if you're partially paying attention to the podcast, your subconscious mind is taking in all that information and is getting rid of that old. In order to get rid of those old habits and in order to get rid of those old thoughts, you have to replace them with new information. You have to replace that with new thoughts, and your heart will begin to change. Because whatever in your heart, even if you say, oh, I'm not like this and I don't care about this, I don't care about that, your heart, whatever's in your heart, it will always flow from your mouth. It will always flow from your actions. So you can lie to yourself and you can lie to others, but others around you can see if you're hurt, if you're bitter, if you're angry, if you're jealous, if you're a slanderer. Whether you say you're not those things, people around you can see it, and they may not tell you because they don't want to hurt your feelings, but people can see what's in your heart. And some people just have that spirit. Like I said in my last video, a lot of times we'll be walking up and down the street, and you know how they say you got that resting face, that resting bee face. I don't want to say the word, but y'all know what I'm saying. But you just have that resting, you just, everywhere you just give off this face. Even if you don't mean to, even if you do mean to, or if you don't mean to, like, people pay attention to those things, and people will judge you on that. And you may feel, I don't know why people treat me like this and look at me this certain type of way, and I'm the sweetest person, and I'll do this and I'll do that. And you're not knowing you're giving off something. There's something in you that's not healed yet. And it could be something from your past. It can be that relationships have made you hard and bitter. And that's another video, because I had dealt with that too. It's just so many things. It's so many things I'm going to dive into, but let's stick to the topic. I'm getting passionate about it. I'm getting worked up about it because I really, really feel like we need healing in this season. And this is the time to do it. While we're quarantined and while we're locked up, this is the time to get that healing. This is the time to self-reflect, to start journaling, to start showing gratitude, and just really focusing on what we need, what we need to grow in, basically. Okay, so the next point was number 5, set aside time for yourself every day that's guilt-free so you don't feel selfish. Whether that's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, a lot of us have children. And even if we don't have children, maybe you have somebody that you're taking care of, or, errands that you're supposed to run for certain people, and that kind of takes up most of your day or your job. You need at least 5 to 10 minutes, but I really suggest 30 minutes if you can to an hour, especially with kids. of guilt-free time to yourself. You know, when we take time to ourselves, we always feel guilty because we know we have other people depending on us, and we feel selfish because we're like, no, we got to serve these people. But you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And that's the most important thing I've learned. I used to think, you know what, I'm not going to take any time to myself. That's selfish. I need to work, focus on my son. I'm not going to do my hobbies. I'm not going to do anything. I really don't have the energy for it. And that end up affecting how I parented, because now I'm irritated. I have low patience, and now I'm snappy. You know, I'm getting mad at things that are actually very little and I didn't even need to be mad about, and that starts to affect my son, and that's going to affect people around me, you know, and then that can cause me to shut down, leading to depression and just all these other things, you know what I mean? And just spiritually, that was messing me up. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to take 30 minutes at least to myself today, guilt-free. Whatever my son needs, he can wait. As long as he's fed and clean, he could wait. Go in there, find something to do. Even if let them watch TV, you know, just do something while I get these 30 minutes, because I need to collect my thoughts. And in those 30 minutes, I'm praying and I'm meditating. I'm reading scriptures, meditating on the word, and I might be doing my gratitude journal. What am I thankful for? So I can remind myself to appreciate this day, you know what I mean? And that builds you up too. That builds up your self-confidence, and it keeps you from feeling inadequate. You know what I mean? You start to value yourself. You start to value what you bring to this world. And the more you start journaling and start bringing gratitude, it's going to push you into your purpose. Like, okay, what am I here for? What is my calling? Like, I am valuable. I am here for a reason. I have so much to be thankful for, and I want to share that and serve other people. So that's important. Number 6, to help you overcome, you know, low self-esteem, and which can also cause jealousy, is to create a self-care and a spiritual routine. And so again, like I always say, I have my morning routine on this channel, but along with my self-care routine, my spiritual care routine is also in there as well. Because if we focus too much on the outside, it's going to mean nothing when you feel terrible on the inside. No makeup, no surgery, no fitness, no food, nothing is going to make you feel better until you spiritually take care of your soul, until you feed the inside, until you take care of that. And nothing you do on the outside is going to matter. And you're still going to look to other people and be jealous of what they're doing, what they're accomplishing, and how they look. And you're not even fixing what's going on inside of you. So yeah, so focusing on my skin and moisturizing and just speaking affirmations over me. You know, you're strong, you're beautiful, you got this. Work on all your gifts today. You only have today. Treat today like today was your last day to live. You know, just speaking that over you. Speak over you the things that you like about yourself, because it's easy. We wake up and we like, I need to do this, I need to work out, or I need to eat this, or all that. You know, we're good at speaking negativity over our lives, and that's what also grows. That's what's growing inside of you. You're speaking what you think about yourself, and now you're gonna project that onto other people. So start. It's okay to point out what you need to work on, but even change how you say that. Say, you know what, I love my body the way it is right now. You know, I'm gonna work on adding 20 pounds or losing 20 pounds. But right now, I love where I am. I love how I look. I'm healthy, I'm breathing. I'm, you know, just find something good. Even though you know you want to make improvements, still speak life even into those improvements. So that's what I've learned as well. And the last point is to admit it, to overcome it. And what that means is you can't overcome what you deny. If you sit here and say, well, I'm not bitter, I'm not jealous, I'm not this, I'm not that, but in your heart, you scrolling on Instagram and you feeling some type of way when you see certain people posts and certain people pictures, you lying to yourself. And only you know deep down inside how you feel or what's triggering you when you see certain things. You can lie out your mouth to other people, but you know inside what you truly feel and what you truly think about people. And sometimes when we're jealous or envious, or we're feeling, you know, inadequate when it comes to certain people, it's something in them that's triggering you, you know. For example, we can use, let's just say, I don't know, there's a certain career path that you want to take, and you've been putting it off. You know, you've been lazy, don't feel like doing it, or you like, oh, I'll get to it, or whatever. Then you get on Instagram and you see somebody living out that career path that you want to do. Now you start to feel bitter and envious. Or what did she do to deserve it? Or why does she get to and I don't? It's not even so much you're mad at that person, it's that that person is triggering something inside of you. It's triggering you because that person put in the work and they put in the sacrifice and they're making moves to get to where they're going or whatever, and you haven't put in that same hard work, or you maybe started to but you gave up too soon. Okay, and so think about that. When somebody triggers you, what is it about them that triggers you? Sometimes even when people do us wrong, even though we want to be mad at them, really it's something that triggers inside of you because you're mad at yourself. Maybe you've let somebody mistreat you. So you can point the finger and say, well, this person did this to me and this person did that to me. But then you have to ask yourself, but did you allow it? Did you put a stop to it? Because like we said in our previous video, you know, I was saying, God, help me to control the things I can control and let go of the things I can't. You know, and one thing you can control is how you let somebody treat you. You can control that because you don't have to let anybody in your space that does you wrong. And then when they shown themselves to you over and over and over and over again, and this is another video I'm going to be talk about this topic pretty soon. Can you really be mad at them? Can you really keep getting mad at somebody that keeps on mistreating you? Now, the first time or the second time, yeah, because maybe you didn't feel like that was something they would do to you, or you're trying to give them the benefit of a doubt. But if somebody keeps crossing your boundaries and you keep letting them, now it's your fault. That's on you, you know. And so again, whether it's somebody that has done something to us or somebody, like I said, we're just looking at on social media and they really haven't done anything to us, but yet they still cause this feeling inside of you, that's because they're pointing out something in you that needs healing and that needs to grow. And it could be, you know, you need healing from your childhood. Like people always say, is go back to your childhood. Maybe people spoke certain things over you, and till this day you still remember. Because I can still remember things people said to me in kindergarten, 3rd grade, 5th grade, you know, real young, middle school, high school. I still remember certain things people have said to me that stick with me to this day. And I'm not bitter or upset about it. I forgiven and gotten over it. We were kids. But the point is, those thoughts can stay with you and those thoughts can affect you if you let them take root. So yeah, so just look back over your life. You know, maybe family members have spoken something over you. Maybe old friends have spoken something over you. But I want you to counter that today and speak life over those things today. Combat those things, because people, the only thing that should be triggering you if somebody says something about you is if you know it's true, is if you know it's something that you do need to work on. But if it's something that you know, because you know you the best, that you know what, this person, what they're saying about me is not true, I'm not that type of person, you know, then you counter that. But if it is some truth to it, that's where healing needs to come in, and you can't fix what you don't admit, right? Okay, so yeah, that was my video for overcoming jealousy, low self-esteem, or, you know, dealing with feeling inadequate. That was my video for today. I'm going to try to come back tomorrow with episode 3. I'm going to try to keep this series up for the whole month, day by day. I'm into day 2, but we know how that goes. So yeah, I hope this video was really helpful for you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.